Hello everybody, we are back with another stream. So, today is the first day of September. Is it actually an event? No, it's just something goofy. I saw somebody else call it, and it's kind of, I like the pun. Um, so I'm gonna continue with the Hyper Aggro team today that I've been playing for a little while now, but I'm actually working on filling in the last two members. So I know I've been talking about switching out Shelllant because it just doesn't deal enough damage. But what I also realized is that Monko was creating a lot of type weaknesses on the team, and it was just not, it wasn't fast enough to outspeed stuff when I wanted it to, and it didn't do enough damage to one-shot the stuff that it was designed to. The only one-shot it's been able to do was against a 2-vine, but a well-spread 2-vine will not even die to a single soul shout from a Monko, so I decided I'm going to try an experiment with some other Tems. Namely, in today's case, Broccolem. I decided that I'm going to sacrifice a little attack for a lot of speed, and this is kind of what I end up with. Stamina rotation. The HP is to live a Sandbee Matter Teleport, which is the strongest turn 1 move I can think of. Probably dies to a turbo attack from a Mulgu still, but besides that, it should live any one attack pretty reasonably. Thanks to Kip donating me, well not, basically donating me a Chromion, I was able to get Luma Chromion, so we can play with that now. And like I said, I also swapped out Shelllant as well as Munko, so there's two spots. I'm trying out Grandpa. With Broccolem, I'm able to counter Golzy and to a lesser extent other melees, which I was kind of having an issue with. But now the other Tems I was needing to counter are primarily Toxics. So I'm trying out Grandpa. I think there's a few other wins I might try if Grandpa doesn't work out real well, namely Tolkien and Gazuma, possibly even Whiplump with like Water Cannon synergy. But we're gonna try this out. I like Hand Fan, Hypoxia with Bully, so I can do some shenanigans with my other Toxic and Status Infliction options. I played one game earlier today and it was successful, so we're just gonna get into it and try some more. Quick match, that's always nice. See if we can start the day off with a win. Almost picked the wrong team. Facing Deja. So likely as Enplotamus, Theodoro. Hazrat previously has been a large problem, but now that I have Grandpa, I would hope it's less of one. I mean, there is triple toxic. Chances are I want to ban out one of them. I only have double melee now, so I have to watch out for earths and crystals a bit more than before, but I think it's still very reasonably manageable. I don't have any sleep prevention exactly. I guess I have 2-wire for a possible Mawala lead, because if Mawala's faster, then the 2 statuses applied with Common Factor and Camo will push off the sleep, and if 2-wire's faster, then Camo prevents the sleep at all. So since 2-wire is still available, I'm going to leave Mawala available as well. I kind of wish I was blue side here, but we'll make it work. I think Broccolem has a lot of potential to pop off this game, so I kind of still want to ban one of its counters. Gonna be a Doro or Hazrat. I think I'm going to ban a Doro, because with Grumper banned and Monko gone, my options are somewhat limited. We see the Scaravolt picked up. I'm gonna lead my double Digi lead. It's a bit sketch because there are a couple Toxics and even a high possibility bait user with Chimerian or Turok. Even Gario it won't work very well against because of the evasion. but I can double into the Scaravolt and hope that works. I don't think the Scaravolt's going to swap, but we'll have to see. Pretty high chance that we're going to see Broccolem banned out here. So it's not that I have to ban the Hazrat, but if I don't ban Hazrat, we might see something else banned, and that would be kind of rough. See, Platimus picked up. Broccolem was banned as expected. I think Inky will be good here. Can hit Platimus hard. Grandpa is not fantastic. It walls Turok, but Turok also walls it, so it's kind of back and forth. Psypad's probably going to be my best option. Walls Gario, can hit Turok, Jim, and can sort of hit Platimus. Wallace not picked up, which is kind of nice. Don't have to worry about sleep shenanigans. I don't have a whole lot of anti-sleep outside of this lead here. I'm leaning towards Orphill, but I want to get more kind of like experience testing Grandpa and such, so we're going to run with that for now. Like, I'm just going to ignore the Gario while its evasion lasts. I don't see a whole lot of point in attacking it. Actually, I have full Scaravolt, so it's going to have Baton Pass instead of Chamomile, which is nice for me. Another Marbles. That was a long intro. I'm already down to 10 seconds on the timer for the turn. Pretty reasonable double on the Scara here. Worst thing they could do is swap in their bait user, being Turok or Tremurian. I think other than that, it's manageable. I could play it safe in harmful microwaves, but the issue is that I really want to prevent Scaravolt from getting hit off, if at all possible. I'm not even sure if a double in kills exactly. They stay in, so we'll get to find out. Faraday does... I don't think this kills. That was like 17%. And its special defense is higher than its physical defense. So Scaravolt will go down next turn, or like this turn with the poison, but I do have to take a double in. Hello, Lore Weaver, welcome. Why are you still awake? Good to see you here. That actually wasn't a lot of damage. I wonder if that's a high, like an extra defense invested Scaravolt that sacks some damage on, or some TV investment in offense. It's only 2 AM. I guess that's not too bad. I just want some damage on Turok so that Inky can come in and finish it off. I'll just throw a microwaves just because it does more damage in binary. There's a chance my Chroman will outspeed if it's a slow Turok, but I'm not really banking on it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Maybe we see a Rockfall from the Gario then? Yeah. It was bait on the Turok, so I'm glad they didn't swap it in turn 1. Saipat likes coming in here. You can just Venomous Claws the Turok. Two-Wire doesn't really do anything here. Biggest thing it does is like scare the Platimus. But I am not scared of that. Like, there's a very possible It's very possible that they swap the Turok for Platamus to eat the water move here. Could also swap the Chimerian in. So it's the question of, do I want damage on Gario? And I think I'm actually okay without it. Because Gario's going to run out of stamina very quickly here. See the Chimerian swap for the Gario. Not what I was expecting at all. So Turok goes down here. And the Turbine actually does go on the Chimerian, which is very nice. The Chimerian doesn't have Fake Beard, and it doesn't have Bait. It has Nut Bar. That is an item I have not seen on Chimerian before. Very interesting. I thought... I miscalced, and I thought 2i would OX. That's... not good. That's really not good. I mean, it's a free Nicho into the Chimerian slot. You know what, this is probably fine. I'm just gonna let 2i die here, and then I'm just gonna get the Nicho on the Chimerian slot. I think that Inky and Grandpa can clean up the end game here, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, that never kills. It's a bulky Chimerian. I was not expecting Saipat to live that. I guess the Chimerian really sacked a lot of offense TVs there. So I'm just going to kind of double into the slot to be safe. I don't even think this Nox Bomb kills. I probably should have just attacked the Platamus to be sure, but I don't want the Chimerian to live another turn. And Saipat really wasn't doing anything to Platamus. Yeah. It's kind of funny, my Tem's living is actually working against me here. That's not a common occurrence, it's very unfortunate. I'm glad that the Toxin Shower is down this turn though. Because now I don't have to worry about the Platamus waking up his own Gario. I can T-Strike and Hypno then. Hope it does 50%. I did get the Marbles proc, so I have to watch out for the Calc there. I think that does do 50%. So does the Platamus wake up his own Gario? That's the question. It'd be a good play if he does. Uses Rotten Goo on the Grandpa. Not what I was expecting at all. I can use Hurricane here, just for some damage on Platamus, and in case something goes wrong. I guess I could very easily... There's no reason for me not to Tornado the Platamus here, that's the smarter option. T-Strike will kill. Tornado, that's fair damage, I wasn't expecting it to kill. But Grandpa died there anyways, so I just wanted some... Hello Jeff, welcome. And P-Bombs as well. Gario going down there. DC beam should be enough to finish off the Platamus from this health. Yeah, there's no midi today, Jeff. We got a little snake guy though that's very similar. GG's to my opponent here. Starting off the day with a win, always good. Ooh, that was all 5 rank ups. He's very high up in Legends, so I guess that makes sense. That's actually my daily mission too, since I said I played one earlier. So that's cool. So far, I mean, Broccolem didn't really get to shine, but Grandpa was nice. Having another Hypno user for options when there's just something on the board I cannot deal with it proved really useful in that match. Starting the day with a win, ending the day with a win. Oh, that's the end of the stream? Well, I guess Laura Weaver is... Yeah, it's always nice. Because it's just kind of... Start the day off with a win is like lucky, and then ending it is just so I don't have to go and review every single decision I made that day afterward the stream. Just keep winning, easy. We'll do a stream where I play until I lose. That could either last all night or like 10 minutes. We'll see. My roommate did get back though, so I'll probably do a couple matches. Might not be as long of a stream as I was expecting, but I'd like to give some content for you guys. And if you hear some noise in the background, that's probably him. And if I mute my mic for a little bit here and there and don't comment on every little thing, that would be wise. Just chatting with him a bit. No, he can't see your messages, but I can pass it on, Laura Weaver. I should have just like, instead of a second monitor, just have a big TV that displays everything. Actually, I have a really nice big open window in this room too that's on like eye level, so I could essentially stream for everyone outside. They have no idea what's going on, but they walk by and see like a monster battler. Everyone, like generically, most people know what Pokemon is, and that's all they'd see here, which is kind of disappointing that they don't get to know the wonders of Temtem, but it would be fun to do. Alright, we're facing Chaotico here. Yeah, Hedgen. And Shellland. I have to kind of ban one of those two. Golzy's less of an issue as it's been previously because I have Broccolem. Broccolem actually counters Shellland, Golzy, Sizemunch, and Oshiara, so I almost guarantee we see a ban. Especially after Hedgen goes down here. Showing Lumicromion to the world. We can all thank Kip for that. I got an Earth Chromion that was really solid stats, and I just soulbinded it and perfected it with all the fillers I was stocking up. And once you have one Chromion perfected, you get all of them as Luma's available in Showdown. I think Toxic Chromion is the coolest one. So it's cool that that's the one I get to use on my team here. Electric Chromion is also cool. Just the black and yellow together makes it look awesome. He's got to think of what to ban here. I still think he should definitely... So we don't see a Broccolem ban, so I kind of want to insta-pick it. And 2-Wire is going to be working against me. So we see Golzy Kinu. Hello, Orphil. I'm gonna ban one of the crystals. For sure. Like Orphil should be able to one-shot Kinu. Kinu probably just swaps. I could potentially double the Golzy to kill that instead. Expecting the Kinu to not do anything. But if Kinu got a Beta Burst, that would really put a dent in my options to deal with the other 3 here. Shoot. I don't know what type of Alash it is, so I'm going to ban that. I'd rather deal with just Prio every other turn than Prio every turn of C-Spike's possibility. Ugh. Timer running out is not something I want to hear. It looks like I will pick 2-wire up, probably. I think I'm actually going to pass on Inky. Inky really doesn't do anything in this game. Be nice to see Shawlant over Oshiara. Oshiara, like, I guess I have two things good into Oshiara, but everything else sucks. Being cute's not good enough. Ooh, that Protector might actually help it live a Nox Bomb plus... Nox Bomb Plague, that sucks. I was kind of hoping for a swap and a Benefactor, but it's not really a Benefactor team, I suppose. Fat Burner on the Keanu is really interesting, though. Keanu swaps, as expected, probably into either Seismunch or Gialis. Gialis, no surprise. Bringing the Crystal in, getting the holds off. Plague not doing a whole lot of damage. It does 20, basically 26%. Though I can finish it off with another. That Protector putting in work. Seems like a bulkier Golzy too, considering my Orphle outsped it. Orphle takes quite a bit of damage there. It's possible we see a swap from the Golzy here, I'm not sure. This will actually be a decent time to bring in 2-wire. But I also kind of want a lot of health on 2-wire. 2-wire actually hits everything on this team super effective. Like, I know that I have the common factor, but if there's any swaps at all, then I can. Orphle's only going to be good against a couple here. We might see a Sharp Stabs into Hasty Lunge on the Orphle slot, just kind of sacking the Golzy, I'm not sure. We're going to take a risky play and try and Hypno the likely either resistant or bait Gialis. I think I can deal with Keanu outside of Orphle. I may regret that decision. That's okay, Orphle went down anyways. I'm gonna bring in Grandpa here because I can do a Plague Bully combo, which is nice. See the Keanu come back in. Actually not gonna Plague now, I'm just gonna try and beat down that Gialis. Looks like he's splitting attacks, which is very interesting. Worth noting, the Gialis is faster than my Grandpa. Not overly surprising, but it is something of note. Gialis goes down, very good. I didn't want to have to deal with that anymore. I want to preserve Grandpa for a time now. Or I want to preserve Broccolem. Why Plague Bully when you can just nuke him? Yeah, Inner Spirit's a really strong move. Alright, so I'm swapping the Temps in this order. Because with any luck... Yeah, so the Keanu stays in, which is really nice. I'm hoping we see some damage on Grumper. Grumper's actually going to get way less value than I would have thought this game. Turbo. Okay, Soul Shout sucks. That really sucks. Because I can get hit with an Inner Spirit now. Well, no, an Inner Spirit's not up. I can live another Soul Shout, so they'd have to double in, which is nice. But they will outspeed, and it'll hurt really bad. So we'll have to just see what they choose to do. This is so nice. This is very less nice. Ah, dang it! I should have sludge gifted. I almost did. That would have also helped me go before that. Soul Shout. So this kind of sucks now. On the bright side, I have 2-wire on the board now without having to worry about common factor for digi options. Is that we're probably just gonna see an Inner Spirit plus uppercut into the 2-wire, and since it's squishy and has the speed boost, it will kill. That turbo's actually gonna ruin me. Yeah, the Inner Spirit almost kills me alone. If I didn't have the defensive investments, it would have. I do get the kill on Size Munch, which is nice. I'm facing 2 special attackers here, which also hurts, because Broccolem gets less value from its trait, and by less I mean it gets 0 value from its trait. Kind of taking a risk here, hoping that the Shellant attacks. Oh, I use Zen Meditation. So I wonder if this Shellant doesn't have Haito. I feel like Haito is such a good option on it, so I'm surprised not to see it. But I have to assume it's not running it. And with that, I just kind of lose the game. Just a double into Grandpa to finish me off. Not a fan of these types of teams because you're stacking 5 digi weaknesses and it's an automatic loss into any team that has more than like 1 digi that's not named 2-wire. Like a digi aggro team would never lose against this ever. So GG's. Digis don't exist. They definitely do exist. I haven't run into a Digi-aggro team in a while, but I know Kip was on Hoglip for a long time. And having double fast charge, so you always have speed advantage as well as high damage, is just really lethal for a team like that. You actually see a neutral Chromion, which is awesome. Triple neutral, Quetzal user, and another Hedgen. Hedgen gets banned. I just really don't have a great way of dealing with it. And if there was Hedgen Gazuma, then Hedgen would actually outspeed my Saipat still. GG's. Could not break. The double support really got me. Kinu Shellant OP. That turbo helped a lot too. Let's see, Gazuma. I think I'm pretty free to lead this. Yeah, you're gutsy though, Chaotico, running that many Digiweeks. I know Digiaggro's not real popular, but I couldn't do it. I know I've got 4 Digiweeks here, but one of them's 2 wire, so it hardly counts. Alright. Tatter is just kind of annoying here. I don't have any mentals, so it always takes like 3 hits to kill, at least. Whip Bump could also be scary, just because it's fast. But if I can get it before it gets Tornado HKS off hold, then like Orphil can deal with it. You should face Digi 1 out of 3 games with it today. Do you have counterplay though? Oshiara, Max Speed, Hedge, and Shelllant opening Golzy. Maybe that's enough. I haven't played like straight up Digiaggro, so I don't know how well that would fare. If it works though, that's cool. I think Grandpa's gonna be the play. Orphil can hardly hit the Chromion and Rolder. How well it would fail. It's supposed to be a Valash raid boss team. +7 in both defense. That's interesting. I guess I was like, a little curious about the fat burner on the Kinu, so that makes sense now. Rolder coming in. That's fair. It eats the hits pretty well. Well, bait on the Rolder is really unfortunate for me though. Tesla on the 2 wire is even worse because that means I can't actually Venom Spread the combo the Gazuma next turn. Got a binary flood. Ah, they swapped Chromion back in. Good play. It has holds off of like Undermine now, and an Awful Song, but with no synergies, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the Awful Song it. Gazuma can get a juicy tornado off, and I don't really want to be here for it. 2 wire, I'm just kind of sacking, hoping it can get the reset off before it dies, but that's a little sketch. It does, okay. That gets rid of the fast charge boosts. There's a tornado, hopefully an OX, but unlikely. Yes, an OX, perfect. Binary Flood. Expected. I'm just gonna bring in Grandpa here. I'm gonna Electric Storm on Grumper. Who's actually faster? Grandpa's faster. Kind of unfortunate. I'm expecting they're just gonna sack the Gazuma. Nope, we see a harmful. It's kind of close, but I wasn't really worried. Maybe I should have just rested on Grandpa, but I was half expecting a swap. Oh, he's kind of an issue that I'll have to watch out for. Because Broccolem can deal with Chimerian and Rolder. So we either see those two come in and I just double the Rolder slot, or out he comes in and I just double that slot. Tornado plus Sludge Gift may get the kill on Aohi, depending on how squishy it is. Perfect. No Ignis. No worries. Grandpa eats a CPG, but at this point, I think that's just fine. GG's. Yeah, 2-wire outspeeding and getting that reset off was really crucial. Had they used harmful microwaves and finished it off, I would have lost. Actually up to rank 15 with this team, so very unexpected. Maybe I should just sit here until the Lore Weaver ladder update. It's been a long time since I've been in one of those. Grandpa's not fantastic, honestly. I haven't felt it put in a lot of work. It's more just kind of an additional option. If I can cancel Q here, I'm actually going to throw a fake beard on it over hand fan. The damage it deals isn't crazy. I haven't even gotten to put bully on, or get bully bonus on it. So I could arguably swap traits as well. I forget if the speed break point was for something. I know the HP was. So I think I just... Hold on, let me take out of... Yeah, good enough. I guess I could keep 63, just stamina, just on the off chance we face a Mom's Lunch user. Or give me a 2-turn rotation still. Or like a Volphy Plague or something. So maybe it would be worth it. I'll have to consider changing that back. Broccolem so far feels good for the team. I think it could be... Having so much bulk in it, or have so much speed compared to bulk, I'm not sure if it's a great trade-off. But just the typing and the combo with Grumper, because Broccolem and Grumper cover each other's weaknesses like perfectly. Facing Deja again. Promise I'm not farming TMR. He might actually pull this through and beat me again. I think it could go either way, now that he knows my combo. If we see 2-wire band, he could pick Moala very reasonably. Broccolem Grandpa is kind of tempting as an option. But then Scarable kind of ruins that, so we'll just ban the Hazrat and see how it goes. We see another Grumper ban. I mean, taking out a half full Scaravolt on turn 1 is really nice. At this point, I wish I did try out the Acronox, but that's okay. It was a Turok that had bait, right? Just Faraday soul shout the stupid Turok. And I ban the... I don't even need to ban the Adoro because it takes super effective from the Faraday. Unless I'm remembering items wrong, that would be kind of bad. I'm pretty sure the Turok had bait and the Chimerian had not bait. Inky gets banned. That makes the Doro matchup kind of sketch. I do have Grandpa now, though. Wasn't it an up bar chim? Oh, you're right, you're right. It was a really, really weird tanky chim. Yeah, if I ban Platimus, there's literally no swap-ins for a Faraday Soul Shout. I literally do that like twice in a row and get 2 KOs. I just leave the Scaravolt to do whatever it wants. Unless it's not a bait Turok. Psypat's still good. Now I know it lives a Frond Whip from Chimerian. Super good info. Adoro means I'm forced to bring Grandpa. Well, it's still a pretty solid pick anyways. I think I want Chromion in the last slot. Just because Orpheal can't hit Turok or Adoro. Also, having a seized option for the likely Gravel Bag Gario is also very nice. Not that I have any Earth weaknesses, but Soil Steam is a lot cheaper of a move than Cold Geyser. Not by a lot, it's like 4 stamina, but it still could make a difference in rotations. I know Gario's stamina is not great, it's not horrible. But on my personal Gario, I run... something like a rotation for 2 Soil Steams and a Cold Geyser. Or 2 Cold Geysers and a Water Jet or something. I hope this kills. I don't have max special attack on either, or max damage on either of these. That does not kill. Dang it. Doubling into the 2-wire. Maybe him realizing that's kind of my squishier option. Ooh, it actually kills. I wonder if there's more special attack in the Scaravolt. Then I realized that I'm super electric weak. I'm forced to bring in Psypat here. Scara's underrated. Normally I don't have a whole lot of issues with it. Half full seems kind of like a bad trait. I should have trapped it in just so I could finish it off with a Nox Bomb if I live. Electric Storm I think is a little greedy, but I guess he wants some damage on Broccolem since it's really good into his team. I think T-Strike would have killed Psypat. Yeah, dang it, I totally should have resin trapped. Yeah, that was me not realizing my bad pick ban choices. So I kind of deserve this. We're gonna see a Moala swap in here. That's why I'm double swapping. Yeah, kind of unfortunate it's on the Chromion, but that's fine, whatever. Double spread is good. I'll have Hypno on Grandpa after this, so I can deal with something effectively. My grandpa is faster than my Chromion. I think in general that's just going to be better. So I don't get the bully boost from binary here. Reactive Vial. I wish I was able to get the prevention on though. Denigrate's a dumb move. Wasn't really expecting the Scaravolt there, but that's fine. Marbles to counter the Ton Pass a little bit is kind of nice. Hypoxia will finish off the Sodoro and deal a lot of damage to whatever would swap in. Ah, sacking the Moala. I should have rested the Grandpa and then microwaves instead. It was like a 50-50. I guess no, it wasn't. I should have always done that. Bad play by me. Chromion probably dies to a transient here as well, which is even worse. This one was a lot of misplays on my end. Ah, Meteor Swarm. Live. Yes. So, Chimerian usually carries Glass Blade and can actually outspeed my Psypat even at base speed. So that's kind of the issue I'm dealing with here. So I actually have to Nicho the Chimerian slot and hope it doesn't swap. And then I need Inner Spirit to kill the Scaravolt here. But there's also the issue of if Adoro swaps into the Scaravolt slot, which is highly likely, then the Toxic Skin kills Broccolem. I needed to swap Broccolem there. Resting didn't do anything for me. I'm falling apart. Scaravolt just way too good to me. No, it was just this pick ban. I only have 3 electric weeks on the team. It's just that I had all of them. And they doubled the 2-wire. Because he must have learned it was squishy after the first game. Yeah. 2 special attack drops. I hope Tornado can still kill the Sidoro, because if it can't, I just lose. And then I also need this to be a slow Moala, so my Nox Bomb outspeeds and kills. So I'm kind of hoping for a lot here. What if both those things happen? I should have it still, even after like the countless misplays I've made. Doro's special defense is insane, but not high enough. Do I outspeed the Moala? I do. And it goes down. That's part of what I like about this team. Even in a bad situation, I can still bring it back. I think a Nox Bomb would have killed there anyways, but I didn't want to take any risks. I thought for just a fraction of a second that it could be Voltapuncture Scaravolt. But nah. GG's. That's a downfall of Scaravolt. Can be controlled so easily. Time to nerf Toxic Chromion. The Chromions are getting reworked, so I know that they said they're raising the special attack of the Chromions. Nice, 2 more places, almost top 10. They're raising the special attack of the Chromions, but taking some power out of Sinner-Typer. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect Sinner-Typer Chromion. It'll be a nice boost for Pigment Inverter, though. I hope it's kind of an equal trade. Because just specifically this team. Oh no, we'll have to see. Oh. I gotta message somebody in my club. They want a Temtem that I was breeding with, so. Alright. Let's hop over there quick. We'll return to PvP after these short messages. Yeah, so the Chromion that I got from Kip yesterday still had Furt on it, so I needed some electric Furt. And Stupid had some Furt on his electric Chromion. Thought I paid when I... Maybe I forgot. Yeah, so I mean, Grandpa did get more use there with Hypnosis, so maybe it is a play. Trying to scam his clubmate. No, I thought I paid him last time, but maybe I'm wrong. Looks like they just had a bug trade. I know that's kind of been an issue around for a while, where I keep forgetting. There we go. Alright. Back to Side Park we go. That's where I'm not trying to scam. I made a good chunk from the middies that I've been selling on the auction house. Plus I can always go back and sell the Chromion eggs I made on the auction house later too. And Chromion eggs are actually pretty high priced because they're one of the rarest Tems around now. Because you can't do a radar for a specific type. You just kind of get a random one. The eggs I have are for Earth Chromion, certainly not one of the more popular ones. But I'll save them till 1.5 and then throw them up. Maybe Earth Chromion will be top tier, who knows? I don't know what it could possibly get that would make it that good. I guess if the torrents became like a really cheap option to proc PI, and maybe if they were prio too, Earth Chromion could be paired with heavy wind teams for unfavorable matchups. Like, you could throw Earth Chromion next to like a Turok or something, throw a neutralize on your Turoks before it gets hit by something that would go for the Earth Chromion anyways, I guess, because they're both Earth type. Yeah, I don't know. Quickly sell them in a week before they get Giga nerfed. No, if this was a different Chromion type, I'd think, yeah, I should probably sell them, but I think it'll actually get more useful after the update. Thank you, Absol, for the follow. Also, I am just now remembering, I have a perfect Luma Broccolem actually, but since they added hook kick, I can't turn on the Luma for Showdown yet. So that'll be another one just kind of on the list of Tems for our ETCs to grind out once 1.5 hits. I know I'm using a Grandpa on the team, but I actually don't have a perfect Luma Pajaro or anyone in that line. I was debating on farming that instead, but I realized that Tornado is one of those new egg moves that got added. And you can't really... It's super expensive and they're hardly ever on the market, so... Kinda just gonna not bother with that for now. Still haven't got the Magnus anyways. Magnus doesn't have any egg moves. And I'd like my Anahirfurt if possible. Having a bit of a longer queue here. It's only 3.5 minutes, I'm just impatient. Been spoiled with lots of queues, quick queues today. Potter, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate the both of you for following. Actually, one more, and I'll be halfway to my goal of. For those who don't know, I've got a goal of followers just to kind of beat a friend of mine that's been streaming for a few years now. Nothing super special, just to kind of be like, hey, I can stream too. I should get like a counter or something. Just so that there's kind of like a visual option, if anyone cares. Or no, I guess it didn't update. That was the 50. Like, I'm now halfway there after the last one. So, thank you. I've probably spent like 12 hours in Side Park this week, with no luck yet. It's 4 times odds, and the chances are increased from back when I used to grind Side Park for even longer. So it's a bit sad. But you can't go into Side Park with a mindset of actually getting something out of it, because chances are you won't. It's just odds are really low. Started Temtem a little while ago. Actually started before. Just as play again after Showdown. You're Brazilian. Don't speak good English. Referred to my channel, Temtem Brazil group. Hope to learn there. Here, total interest. Awesome. Glad to have you here. No worries about English. I only speak English, but hopefully you can understand me. And I'll do everything I can to help you out. Yeah. I got lots of content. I got VODs on my Twitch and also even more on my YouTube. You can always go and watch. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to help. Always love to see new talent in the competitive scene. Best Temtem teacher. I mean, there's some older guides that are probably better than anything I could do. I know that Bloon Kogi's TV guide from, I think it's almost like 2 years ago now. That one, it still stands true and it's really good. I don't think I could beat that, so I really haven't made a TV guide. Blue Monster, thank you for the follow. I was trying somewhere, still learning about Temtems and what they do, meta stuff. Playing Pokemon, you're already used to the style of play, so you're watching a lot of games and moving on to PvP. Yeah, that's always a good way to do it, for sure. The stuff I play is not typically meta, but a lot of stuff my opponents play up in High Legend is kind of what you're going to see. The team codes, so if you don't know, Temtem has something called Showdown. It's Temtem Showdown, where you can actually, I am not going to click because that would stop my queue, but you can just click onto this button right here on any of your empty slots or previous ones. It'll pop up with something where you can enter a code, and then it'll fill that team in with my exact Tems, TV spreads, moves, abilities, everything. So you can essentially play the teams that I'm playing. I'm just sharing with you guys the codes for you to be able to do that. I think I still have the easy team up there. It's been a while. Easy time is really good for learning how the game works. It's got a whole bunch of pretty simple Tems that have nice type advantage, good damage. You can kind of just click strong moves, and it's really a good starter team, I would say. It's the one I always recommend to people. I made a video on it a while ago. I think on YouTube it's like creating a new player-friendly team. So if you want to see kind of how the team's played, you can check out my video there. You like the team? You only hate stall? Yeah, that's fair. A lot of players aren't a fan of the stall playstyle. I haven't been able to play stall. I can do Doom stall, but the way I do it is far different than other players. Alright, Anonymous. See a pig and a Schween and a Kinu. Looks like there's like a Rage Core and you say you hate stall. Unfortunately, we are facing one now. I don't hate playing against stall. It does make for slightly more or less interesting content for you guys, but I actually have a pretty good matchup into stall with this team, so I'm not too scared. Got to thank me for the advice you gave me on the last stream. Helped a lot. Aw, no problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Anytime. Anytime. Orphel's really nice here. This is not stall. This is what stall is nowadays, like cube. I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with some of the balance changes, but Hibernate lost a lot of its stamina regen, so Yowler's much harder to pull off as a raid boss. What kind of other stall changes? I mean, overall, they've been removing a lot of stall tools. Like, Saku doesn't have Bark Shield anymore. That was a big one. Moments just received a big hit. Digithreat has an extra hold and an extra doom. And also... Is there a Golzy on this team? I Rage, that's why. And then also Refurbished has only 3 turns of regen now. A while ago they changed block, so it's only 3 defense. So, I mean, stall where you're just trying to take the game to the turn timer is honestly not really viable anymore. You haven't opened the game in months? I thought so. That's why I was kind of going over some stuff. Yeah, back in your day, stall looked very different. Yeah, it did, for sure. I feel bad for the stall players because new stall is nothing like what they're used to. But at the same time, new stall is a lot faster to play through matches, so it's nice. Yeah, I don't really want either of these last two. Don't feel bad for them. Like seeing a lot of variety in team building options, so I'll just kind of let the game choose here. Both of these options are evenly bad. Okay, we got Inky. Hey, Tsubaki still won the last regional with stall. It's not like stall's the worst it's ever been. It just plays so much differently. You kind of have to kill Tems now. Ah, stupid marbles. You have to have matches last more than 10 minutes. Yeah, the matches with this team go pretty darn quick. So, like, generally, I have a really good matchup into stall here. I hope this one-shots the Kinu, but honestly, it's unlikely. Oh, nope, it was not a full defense invest Kinu. It's a gold 3 player. Oh, now I feel kind of bad. I'm literally almost in the top 10 legends, but it also means it's gonna be really punishing if I don't pull this off. Oh, and they're clicking green circles. No, buddy. Yeah. I guess killing Broccolem's probably good here for them, because it's good against their crystals. We'll see if the best play for them is the Glass Blade and then Nox Bomb again. They probably don't expect Broccolem to be this squishy, so maybe they'll decide to do something else. Hard to say. Yeah, so it's a slower Tremorian. Makes sense. Unfortunate for them in this situation, though. Gold 3.1 is the new legend. Whoever's playing, I mean, we had like an 8 or 9 minute queue, so it was kind of just grabbing anyone that decided to queue up. Alright. Just save an Orphill just so we can one-shot the Baboa. Doesn't really matter what I sack here, there's just no chance for him anymore. You're not qualified. I mean, this team is probably something that people would see in a lower elo. It's not typical at all. Like, who runs max speed Broccolem? All spreads. There's no way this Baboa lives, right? Why would I even question that? Like 500 TVs in offense. If I could have more in this Orphill, I totally would. Actually, maybe not the Orphill. I think the Orphill spread's actually really nice. It's faster than a lot of things. It does a ton of damage, as much as possible because it's max attack. And also, it lives a feather gatling from all the birds. Alright, this will be a good time to test. I hope they don't forfeit quite yet. I kind of want to see if Nutbar still procs after 5 turns. Talking about the Valash. Oh. Nutbar still does proc after 5 turns. You see, this is turn 5. And Nutbar still got value. So that is a bug I have mentioned a long time ago. That is still there. Very unfortunate. GG's. An unfortunate matchup. Even not, or even ignoring the fact that they were a much lower ranked player, my team just has a very good matchup into theirs. Stall has quick games. I've had some really close games with Reiner back and forth. I'm able to pull through every time because I just have a really good matchup, and even though he plays super well, it's just too rough. But those games definitely take longer. I actually had to almost take one to turn 25, like yesterday, 2 days ago. I don't know. Been playing so much comp, the days are blending together. Reiner's playing again? Yeah, he's been on quite often actually. Came back this season. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I hadn't seen him really before this season. Maybe the lore of the World Championship got him to come back. If anyone wants to check it out, I would recommend checking the temcs.gg website. We now have all the tournaments dates, as well as information on how the World Championship's going to work, at least qualifying for it. There will be an open qualification, so even players who have not played in any of the previous TemCS tournaments still do have a chance. So if you're interested, sign up. There's no reason not to if you have the time, I'd say. There's a chance to win real world money. You can compete against top players for fun as well. I think the initial stage actually, you're the top 20 players in every region. I don't think they're even allowed to play in it. So you could at least play in the first round of the tournament and see how it goes. You'll probably be playing a whole bunch of other newer players as well. It'd be a really good experience. Get a grand total of 2 participants in the World Champs tournament. Nah, we'll get more. I'm sure we'll get more. I'm very curious to see how many sign up for the open sign up portion of the qualification stage. I hope we see quite a few new faces. You're exaggerating? Yeah, I know. Still curious to see if they're going to try and pull off a Season 2 of TemCS. Might be kind of rough, but it'd be nice to see. So far I've been liking what I'm seeing for the future of the game. There was a new comp feedback thread we saw the other day that's kind of just like a wish list for what kind of stuff we want to see. A lot of it's surely not going to happen, but it helps give... It means that they're listening. And they just kind of want to see what we want and what the general consensus is on what types of things players want in the competitive scene. But as expected, there's kind of a mix of ideas, so... Yeah. Matches didn't last 6-7 hours on both weekend days you would join. Too dead with normal job to do all the weekend tourneys. Yeah, that's fair. Even the bullet tournaments that were supposed to be quick take like minimum 4 hours, so it's always been kind of rough. I can't even really think of any way to make it shorter. You'd have to make it a best of 1 tournament. And that removes a lot of skill from the game, I think. Because being able to play around your opponents after you've gained knowledge on them is really important. Best of 1 EU. I know it's very bad. But that's the only way I can think of that would help speed up the game. What's target rep? Target rep is a specific trait that one of the Tems in this game has, OB10. It works in a very specific way that you kind of need to build a team around it. And so that's what the team does. I built around the trait. I've done it once before and won an American TemCS regional with it. So that was awesome, but the code on the side of the screen is after an update came out and nerfed a lot of it, so unfortunately it's not that great. But it's still a fun little gimmicky team if you like something different. It's basically the equivalent of throwing a whole bunch of supports at your opponent. I know in some games that's kind of a thing, especially MOBAs, just run 5 supports is kind of a meme. That's kind of what the team is. The front page of Temtem for streamers, yeah, that's cool. I think I'm one of the few consistent Temtem streamers nowadays, especially for PvP. Most of the other ones are kind of playing other games right now. We're in a bit of a lull. 1.5 should be a big update, and I'm sure it'll bring some other bigger names back. I know Rishi, who is one of the other main streamers, has kind of gone to like the Pokemon card game, TCG. And he's been, and also I think he still does Sword and Shield tournaments. Or no, Scarlet and Violet, that's a game early. Oops. Is he still into that today? Honestly, I don't know. I don't get notifications that he streams real often. I think he still plays a lot in his free time at least. He just doesn't stream all of it. If you look at his most recent streams, I bet it's those games though. He only pops into the Temtem Discord every once in a while to ask how the meta is. Don't mind me asking, how does the Hyper Aggro team work? So this is being very vague, but there's almost three types of playstyles in Temtem. There's strategies where you want to be really fast and do lots of damage. There's strategies where you're slower but still focus on damage. And there's ones where you just try and tank hits and don't deal any damage at all. And like the hyper aggro is you're trying to deal as much damage as possible while outspeeding your opponents. Essentially, if you can defeat your opponent before they can move, then you don't take any damage, and it doesn't matter how much health you have. And that's kind of the goal of the team. And you saw it kind of in work last match. I was able to take out my opponent before they even got to move on one of their Tems every single turn, which gave me an advantage. Strike first, strike hard. Yep, basically. Good way of putting it. A very common hyper aggro team is known as Digi Aggro. I know that Crema has a team code for that as well. It just focuses on the idea that digital types cannot be resisted, and they deal a lot of damage. So you kind of pair them together and threaten your opponents on every board state. Took in a stray cat. Oh, that's awesome. Named her Topaz. It's like a orange tabby or something. I think Topaz would fit as a good name for something like that. Probably a fan of Tycho the Temtem then. Kind of like a little cat. I had Munko on the team in previous iterations of it. So if you actually type in the hyper aggro code, if you're interested in playing that, could be a Munko on there. Can't particularly recommend it, but you know, it's always worth a try. It's a gray cat. The name is just personality-wise because the eyes are topaz. Oh, eyes are topaz. Okay, yeah, that's cool too. Semblance of a calm, collective, and caring nature. I think I've heard that before, yeah. When I was way younger, I used to love little rocks and gemstones. Topaz is like the birthstone for November or something. Comes in so many different colors. It's hot. And they all have like different meanings for what all of those rocks and gems are. Did I queue up, right? Or did I just forget? I can get easily distracted chatting. Especially when I get these long queues sometimes. Yeah, I'm queued up. Oh. Well, I didn't even get to see how long of a timer it was. Incognito mode. Can anyone say Smurf? Bully a gold player again? I don't feel bad. Not this time. I wonder who it is. Anyone know? Anyone keeping track of who the alts are? I think Enigma does. Any Enigma folks in here able to let me know so I have an idea? Yeah, I mean, I'm using the aggro team for this entire stream, or at least a variant of it. If you want to see more games with the aggro team, you can just watch my previous videos. You can catch me on YouTube at Magnetonics. So that'll be the best way to see more content revolving around that. I have not thought about this pick ban at all. You have a partial list, this one's not on it? Gotcha. Kind of a really interesting team. It's got a bunch of cheese leads. You got kind of Gazuma Moments. You got Bobbleheads, Albion plus Mimit. Oshiara, or like you got double. I probably should have banned the Mimit just because I don't want to deal with double move flank and stuff. Yeah, they need to ban my 2-wire, I think. Otherwise I just... Okay. Are there any other town that you need to make sure don't get blocked, or is it just kind of situational? I like to build my team so it's very flexible. I would say a big combo on this team is Chromion plus 2-wire, where just kind of Chromion has a lot of options in general. With any luck, we'll get to see it in action. That's a very interesting lead. Not what I was expecting at all. Bye-bye, Mimit. Yeah, that's really weird. I want Orphill for sure, I think, because there's stuff over that I'm going to have to deal with there. So kind of new to competitive, sorry for asking a lot of questions. No problem, but a lot of them I've probably answered in previous videos, and the best way to go through them is to just watch those. I don't mind you asking questions whatsoever, though, so don't worry about it. Seeing the Vlash, no surprise. Albion has marbles? Okay. Albion swaps, surely. Ugh, no, that throws off my combo. Kind of similar to a Gag Bomb style team. Name it Zalbian move flank. Yeah. So this is a max speed Gazuma, which is really bad for me. I was not expecting that Tesla prison. To outspeed. Competitive, you can use rental teams like Kozua, but are they Luma if you don't have them? No, they would not be Luma if you don't have them in your own. But yeah, you can just type in a team code and play it for free. It doesn't even have, you can make your own teams entirely from scratch as well if you want, but I would always recommend starting with a team that's made, whether it's one of the Crema rental teams, or if it's one that you get from another player. Unnoticed move flank become an issue very quickly. Haven't even done your placement matches. There's no rush to do them. Hope I can live the major slash. It's gonna be close. Okay. Herman made team codes. Sorry if you misunderstood. Herma indeed made team codes. Ah. That's a high speed invest Valash. Sucks. How long have I been doing competitive? Pretty much since I started the game. I played back when Arbory came out, which by now would have been like a year and a half ago or so. So are the only spreads that Jaeger players know how to build. What else can you expect from them? Oh shoot, does the Zalbian have flippin' turbine? It probably does. I should have tornadoed the Zalbian. This one was very easily winnable. I made multiple mistakes throughout this match. Tornadoing the Zalbian would have won me the game right there, because the Nox Bomb would have finished off the Valash, and I would have killed the Zalbian. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna lose a lot of ranks for that. Unfortunate. GG's. Your best investigators on who's that ult. I only lost 3 ranks at least. Yeah, that one's pretty frustrating. It's very easy to win that match, and I just threw at the end. Ah, I'm gonna kick myself for that one for a little while. You don't know if they're an alt, honestly. I bet they are. Maybe not an alt of like one of the big name players, but probably someone who hit legend and then decided that they didn't want to drop out. See a 2-wire get banned this time. I'm gonna ban the Gazuma. Its type's actually really strong against me, and I don't feel like dealing with speed control at Tesla Prison. Plus, without the speed buff, Chromion's much less of an issue. It also doesn't have any other microwave synergies. Definitely a physical Auhi. We're gonna see hedge and swap for a neutral, and then Auhi quits of the Broccolem. This lead's gonna be kind of unfavorable for me in the end. I'm gonna have to take some damage on Broccolem, and I really need to Saipat to stay around for hedging, so I have less options in the back to deal with the Rolder, so that's why I'm banning it out. Inky was one of my better options to deal with Whiplump, but I picked these two to kind of threaten out the Whiplump from being picked at all. And then I already know I'm going to pick Grandpa as the last slot, kind of as a flexible last slot. With no electrics on my opponent's side, I don't have to be scared of anything in particular. I mean, Tataru has to come in for hedging here. Just always does. Just gonna generify, right? Psypad is faster than Hedgen now, so I can one-shot it with Venomous Claws. So, yeah, Psypad always wins the Hedgen matchup now. It's forced to swap. But out he dies, so. Faster at base. Yeah, it's like 1 point faster. when Psypack got reworked, we saw it, so. Now it's a question of does he bring in Chamarian or Whiplump? Or he's just sacking. Unbeknownst of the speed changes. I think we see a concede next turn. He's not very happy. Umbrella Hedgen. Does Umbrella Hedgen even live that? It's a ton of damage. He's mad. Yeah, I would be too. You have to ban Hedgen in the... Or you have to ban Psypad if you have a Hedgen, and then if I'm on blue side, or whoever gets to ban first, I have to ban the Hedgen, because if Psypack gets banned out, one of my biggest answers is gone. But GG's. While looking at just playing one more match today. And I'm going to call it a night. I have plans to be back tomorrow, so you guys can... It'll probably be an earlier time. Shouldn't have to worry about any connection issues because most of campus has gone home for the weekend. But we'll see. Hopefully it's not too long of a queue. And if it is, maybe I can just get this stupid Luma Magnus. Call it a day. I mean, I'm gonna get a Luma Magnus at the end of this, and then it's gonna be a female or something, so I can't actually use the Ferd on it. Also, this Luma Anna here taunting me. I still love how that thing looks. Someday I'll get one, probably. With how bad my Luma luck's been. Maybe not. Or maybe I'm saving it all up just so that I can get the anti-hair hatch or something. There's also a Luma Anatin down there. I actually got word that Luma, or the anti-hair Fert prices have gone down significantly, and also the Luma eggs have gone down in price. So that's kind of good news. If I wasn't spending a whole bunch of Pan Suns elsewhere, I'd probably invest in some of that. Luma and her eggs is prime real estate. It's not double Luma, it's only the 1 in 750. 1 in 75s cost way too much. They should effectively be like worth 10 of the normal. The going rate's been like 60k for a long time, so it shouldn't go over 600k, but I've seen some of them that do. Kind of nuts. your perfect Luma Anatan for a tamer cap? Yeah, I've been looking to see if I could trade my Discord hat for a Luma Anatan, but I have not found anyone who's been willing to trade. Seems that the Discord hat just isn't worth quite enough yet. Tamer caps are still worth a bunch. Highest offer I've seen for a Discord hat is 7.5 million. I'm looking for more like 9 or 10 personally, but don't know. Might be kind of hard to part with it as well. But at the same time, I don't think I'm ever going to go away from the Pookie hat. So just be kind of holding on to it. When I'd rather have something that I can actually show in PvP, being a Luma Anatan, so. Yeah. Yeah, Friday nights always seem to kind of slow down with queues. It's always a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. Sunday nights are usually the worst because it's right before a reset. And everyone's kind of completed their daily missions and weekly missions, and the only reason to play is just for fun or to try and push in the ranks. And while I'm not intentionally pushing, like, kind of on pretty good win streaks nowadays, so the more games you play, the way the TMR system works, you move up pretty quick. It would still be cool to get on the podium. I did place or reach rank 3, I believe, in 1.0. But then, no, it would have been 1.1. Yeah. But it was at the very end of the season, and the podium did not update before reset happened, so I never actually got to get a picture of me on the podium, so I'm a bit sad about that. It would be cool to get back up there. It'd be easy streaming YouTube titles, just road to #1 or something, like everyone else does. But I don't want the stress of pushing, because then it just makes losses feel that much worse, and the game feels so much more stressful. I'd rather just play for fun. I enjoy it a lot more that way. Yeah. Yeah, probably gonna be good to call it after this. The queues are only gonna get longer as the night goes on, I'm guessing. I got my days mixed up for a second. I thought maybe there was an IGT going on and that's why. But nope, today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. I never really participate in IGTs anyways. They force... Thank you, Noah, for the bits. That's actually the first bits I've ever gotten. I appreciate it. Those Lumas could line up also, yeah. I think you're on top of the bits list now, yeah. Hold that title for a while. 50-50 on the turn one. Let's see. Turn one was Gazuma. Gazuma, what was the other? It wasn't Gazuma Chim. Was it? I had Broccolem Psypat. No, okay, I'm getting the game. The games are mixing up. Yeah, Gazuma was the game before, because I banned it this time. It was Aohi. Aohi Hedgen is what it was. That's right. I wasn't afraid of taking one hit either way, so I don't think it was exactly a 50-50. My times were calced to live any one hit. It would have made keeping Psypat on the board against Hedgen at all more sketch. Oh no, 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 not this. Okay. So Guile likes to play a heavy Digiweak team, so that's why my 2-wire's gone. But I still have Chromion. But he's got lots of counters, so it's not great. I don't want to ban the Lawali and just pick like Grumper. But at the same time, I can just bring like Orphill and hope I'm faster. I don't know his speed break points well enough. Ban the Moala because his 2-wire's gone actually. Right, this threatens a lot of his leads. He wants to pick 2-2, but he can't. His best option is Size Munch. He doesn't pick it. Shoot, now I have to ban Hedgen because Psypat. Yep, he had it hovered. He was ready to ban Psypat. He doesn't need to now. But Psypat's still a decent ban because both Psypat and Broccolem completely waltz Size Munch. Okay, he bans the Broccolem. That's fair. Broccolem's the slower one, so I wouldn't have made that decision if I were him. I'm gonna pick the Chromion just because it puts so much pressure on him due to his weakness of Digi. I know I banned out 2 of his Digiweaks. Like, Chromion can still take a Hypoxia and hit back with like a Toxic something on the Lawali, so I'm not overly scared. Grumper's gonna be generally good, I think. It's not great into Lawali. In fact, it's pretty bad into Lawali, but everything else is pretty solid. Legendary 0 attack move Gazuma. Well, I actually didn't know about this. Is that actually a thing? I thought it had 1 attack move. I thought it didn't have double stab. I don't remember which move it has though. There's 4 support moves at one point. Oh, that's nuts. The reason I'm swapping Inky out here is because we're going to see a Sparks Crystal Spikes into the Inky slot, and that hurts. Let's look at his gear. I know, but Fat Burner's not the worst thing in the world. I think it's possible my Inky could have lived that. It depends on his spread, but I did not want to risk at all. Arachnite's probably swapping for like Tutsu. So I could double into the Gazuma or something. But also if he stays in... Yeah, he swaps. 2-2. Perfect. See if the Gazuma clicks Tornado here. Or like Tesla Prison or something. Gotta have some sort of damaging move. There's no way it doesn't. Okay. Really? It does have Tesla Prison, see? Doesn't do anything, but it has it. Ah, he doesn't take the risk. Prison's support move. I know, but it has ways to damage. Yeah, Fat Burner really gives him the speed boost he needs. Depending on how much speed he's got in this Tutsu, he could very well outspeed my Inky and get a high toe off. I probably should have clicked Nox Bomb on the Tutsu just to confirm. Based on the Tutsu's gear, I took the risk. Nut bar is not something you normally put on a max speed Tutsu. Gazmo lives on like 1 health. I don't know if it's like 4 health, but whatever. The self sparks is really weird. Camo? I mean, Gazuma just dies in turbos. Nimble, even worse. So it's got turbo and nimble, seriously? And my Inky was still faster even after that, so that's weird. I should have used Quartz Dirt. I didn't think it would be that much. They probably just double into the Chromion so that... No. Sparks the Lawali. That's good. If they doubled the Chromion and it died this turn, that'd be really bad for me, I think. Yo! Yo, that damage! But like, I got Chromion here. What button did I click? Okay, the right one. Microwaves would not have killed. At all. Forster does not OX. There should be no way that Inky's able to die here, plus Grumper can carry the rest of this game anyways. GG's, and as Lore Weaver foretold, start the game on a win, or start the day on a win, and end the day on the win. So, really solid 6-2 record for the day, or even a rank up. We are Legend 12. Where's he at in rank right now? D2, D1. Fair. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. That is going to be all for me today. Like I said, I should be back tomorrow, maybe even the next day. My schedule is far more open than I expected. So until, like, the homework, if this semester starts kicking in, I should be able to put out some streams for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. So, yeah, that's going to be all for me. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.